A hot topic on the YouTube boxing scene for the last few years, Tommy the Duke Morrison has undoubtedly caught casual sports fans' attention since he sadly passed away in 2013. However, there's been a little bit too much emphasis on Tommy's private life, and while it's obviously an interesting story, most of the features on YouTube fail to convey the only tale that Tommy himself cared about: the legacy he left in the ring.
He's got a great left hook. Period. End of paragraph.
Welcome back to Greatest Hits here on BLTV Extra. On this series, we convert full careers of boxing's greatest prize-fighters into a short, compact video in an attempt to maintain and advance their legacy. In today's video, we'll be looking back at the dramatic and thrilling career of the former heavyweight champion, Tommy the Duke Morrison, a fighter who carried incredible punching power but was flawed enough to leave behind some competitive, memorable nights in the ring.
Once I got adjusted to it, I think things went my way.
All of the fights included today are from my own personal VHS collection, and I've taken a little extra time to upscale and improve some of the footage to try and recapture the feeling of what it was like to watch great boxing from the 90s on CRT televisions. If you enjoy the content around here, a thumbs up is always appreciated. Here now, BLTV presents Tommy Morrison's Greatest Hits.
And I'm going to the top.
After building up a record of 14-0 with 12 knockouts, ESPN started featuring Tommy Morrison as the main event of Tuesday Night Fights.
Morrison working over his man on the ropes here, getting the best of it. Jesse Shelby in trouble. Yes, early.
Tommy's journeyman opponent, Jesse Shelby, had been known for the odd upset during his career, yet after just a few minutes of absorbing the Duke's punishment, he softened up and lowered his guard.
As an amateur, he lost in the Olympic trials. A big right hand followed up on the left by Morrison, and Shelby don't think he's going to let it go on. No.
Shelby was going to have to talk Cappuccino into letting this go.
Not many people know that Tommy's older brother Tim was a journeyman boxer competing during the Duke's rise. Tommy made it his mission to put a beatdown on every man that defeated his brother, and that started with Rick Ennis, who had multiple teeth punched out during a vicious assault in the first round.
Hey, how we doing, all right? Well, I didn't even have a chance to say it when we spoke with Rick Ennis this morning. He said, I got to stay away from that left hook. Yeah, but he was really blocking the left hook. There's an uppercut, and that's probably going to be it.
It's over, that's it.
Well stopped by Mills Lane.
Forget everything else. One thing about this bout, the left hook of Tommy Morrison is getting shorter and more compact every time he boxes, and that's, to me, is more important than anything else.
There's a lot of things we need to improve on, but this is step one.
Tommy had his third fight in as many weeks when he met David Jaco on September 19, 1989.
Took this fight on ridiculously short notice. I mean, really short notice.
Yeah, I mean, he was sitting around the pool this morning, I think. Yeah.
Jaco, an experienced journeyman that held a win over Donovan Razor Ruddock, failed to test young Tommy whatsoever, lasting a mere 27 seconds before the infamous left hook came crashing home.
There's the left hand. Jaco's down and probably out. What a huge shot.
Tommy, wanting to be his own man, played down any comparisons to the current champion, Iron Mike Tyson.
Does the comparison bother you? You're managed by the same gentleman, of course.
Being managed by a man like Bill Caton certainly opens a lot of doors for you. I think it's a little premature at this stage to compare me with anybody. I mean, I'm young. I still got to get bigger, faster, and stronger. And there's a lot of things we got to improve on. So we're just looking to improve with every outing.
There was a growing crowd in attendance as Morrison's role as Tommy Gunn in Rocky V had casual fans excited for the Arkansan's real-life professional career.
The young protege, and here he is in real life, and he lands a left and has the opponent protecting himself or trying to against the ropes.
His left hook at this point was recognized as one of the most fearsome punches in the sport. Yet with 5 seconds to go in the first, a clear message was sent that we weren't dealing with a one-handed fighter.
Hurry at 227 pounds here. If he gets up, I'll be the most surprised person in the Coliseum. Another first-round knockout for Tommy the Duke Morrison.
I'm strong. I'm in top shape. I'm weighing 210, and I feel better. I feel real good. I'm in top shape and confident.
By his own account, in the best shape of his life, as James Quick Tillis was looking to get his career back on track after an exciting 10-round decision loss to Mike Tyson.
Such a cynic.
This was a huge step up for Morrison, with Tillis being much more capable than all the journeymen he'd faced so far combined. Those who branded Tommy as a gimmick or hype fighter quickly changed their tune, as the 22-year-old wiped out Tillis like no man before or after.
Still trying to really get himself back in. Good left hand, down goes Tillis.
I guess he does have a good left hook.
Body shot, another left hand. Tillis is in trouble. And a good combination again by Morrison. A left and a right behind it, an uppercut, and down goes Tillis. Very impressive. That's it. And that took 2 minutes and 2 seconds.
But we get the point.
Yes.
Tommy was stepping up the competition once more on February 19, 1991, as he challenged the former WBC heavyweight champion, Pinkland Thomas.
Fifth defeat in his last 6, and very noticeable, Sean. Some big foes, and there's that wicked...
Thomas, an aging fighter that had forced hard-earned victories from the likes of Holyfield and Bowe in recent years, decided enough was enough after just 3 minutes against Tommy, struggling to move from his stool after absorbing some brutal body shots.
They did not even have to examine him. It was Thomas waving it off. He says that's it.
And everything will work out.
Once considered a prospect of note, Kimuel Odom fancied his chances of crushing any future title hopes Tommy may have had.
So I'm going to go in there and knock him out. I'm going to throw the uppercut, I'm going to throw the right hand, I'm just going to bombs away. It's kind of hard for a fighter to even come back from a beating like he took from Ray Mercer. So I'm just going to make it a flashback for him.
Tommy didn't take those words lightly, putting a bit of extra snap on each punch in the opening rounds.
Cheeks. And here's another big left hand that staggers Odom.
Just fast. I'm not exactly good, though.
I want to tell you, that's the way you draw it up.
How Odom got up from that, I'll never know, but it meant little in the grand scheme of things as he got his nose broken the next round.
Odom just has no leverage. And that's it. This time it probably is well stopped.
Now it is well stopped.
June 27, 1992. Morrison needed some credible opponents to elevate himself back up the world ranking. None came much more game and tougher than Joe HIPP, a throwback brawler expected at the very least to take Morrison into the late rounds.
Expecting much of a feeling out process here. These are two fighters that you're referring.
He just explodes when he lands, especially in the right eye, which is real dangerous because that's all of weight.
After getting thoroughly outboxed during the opening rounds, HIPP broke Morrison's jaw after a sustained attack in the fourth, leveling out the contest and leading to some unforgettable action to follow.
Really, as big as he is not a power puncher, Dan. He's really kind of an arm puncher.
Oh, great uppercut by Morrison.
And the first one we've seen.
Oh, and a right to the chin puts Joe HIPP down.
From a man who's supposed
and
to be
a good right hand by HIPP, Alex. HIPP bleeding from the mouth. Oh, and Tommy Morrison, a double right hand. And Joe HIPP better protect himself.
He is clearly, another left hand from Joe HIPP.
Oh, and another good combination.
HIPP started racking up the rounds and Tommy appeared to be running out of gas. Yet, you can never count out a man that carries the firepower.
And that's how it gets cut. You can't fight with your mouth open. Oh, a good right hand by Morrison, and that hurts Joe HIPP. Joe HIPP is in trouble. Joe HIPP is down. A right hand from Tommy Morrison staggers Joe HIPP. And Tommy Morrison summons the power today, and it saves him in the ninth round.
Yeah. You know, right in the second round, I broke my jaw and I hurt my right hand in the fourth round. One of the reasons that I moved around and managed the jab. So we learned two things today, and that's face adversity and be able to overcome it. And also we got some rounds that we needed to learn to keep our mouths shut. So there's a lot of learning experience come out of this fight. Looking forward to some of the next fight. I think I learned a lot from this. Joe HIPP is one of the hardest punches I've ever fought. Very tough guy, very courageous, and I take my hat off to him.
Once touted as the next Larry Holmes, Carl "The Truth" Williams was the only man standing in Morrison's way of a title shot.
Hitting on the break with the right hand, and Mills Lane says, "Don't do that again." And there's the left hook, and down goes Carl Williams.
In what looked to be another early night, Tommy caught Williams with a signature left that sent him crashing to the canvas after a mere 30 seconds had passed. Williams, no stranger to overcoming adversity and power in the ring, got up and grew into the fight as the rounds went on.
Another left hook flush on the neck, a little bit behind the ear. Left hook again by Morrison.
Very stationary. I think he should be moving a little more.
Good right hand by Williams, and down goes Morrison.
It was Morrison's time to show his grit after being knocked down in the fifth, and to be honest, the short break gave him a second wind as he continued the fight, determined to get the stoppage.
Blows from Carl Williams. Now Morrison lands a right. Trying to learn.
There's that left hook from Morrison.
That's right. There's a left hook. Carl Williams has taken that left hook better and better. And now Carl's a little wobbly. And there's another left hook. And Morrison's got a chance to finish him off.
And Mills Lane has stopped the fight.
Another dramatic power punching comeback for Tommy Morrison.
This was Morrison's first fight on HBO, and what a way to present himself to a new audience. Next stop, the title shot.
Now, you are contracted to fight George Foreman if he wins the next fight. Do you want that fight? Do you think you're ready for a championship fight?
Not only yes, but hell yes.
It was the moment of truth for Tommy Morrison on June 9th, 1993, being given the opportunity to share the ring with one of the greatest heavyweights that ever lived, Big George Foreman.
Not a kind of guy that George might influence to stop a fight when he wants it stopped.
Going to do, and again, big right hand by Morrison.
Foreman feinting, never delivered a punch. Another right lands to the head of Foreman.
At 44 years old, Foreman was an aging fighter, but showed little in the way of slowing down, fresh off victories over top contenders in Burt Cooper, Jerry Cooney, and Alex Stewart. Morrison set the tone from the opening bell, using decent lateral movement to stay out of Foreman's firing line, all the while leaping in with spiteful individual punches that wobbled the Iron Chin veteran on more than one occasion.
Right hand behind it, but Morrison punches back. To Morrison's low blow from Foreman, and a good left hook by Morrison, and a right hand lands.
Morrison was no stranger to gassing out late on in fights, and Big George did his best to capitalize on it. But his effort was to no avail, as Tommy put every last breath into achieving his lifelong dream, putting on a boxing clinic along the way and earning a lopsided, unanimous decision.
Hook by Tommy Morrison, combination.
For the winner and new champion, Tommy The Duke
Foreman went on to beat the highly rated and undefeated in 35 Michael Moorer in his next bout, in turn making Tommy's victory that much more commendable. Post-Foreman, Tommy's career took a downward slope and he lost his title to Michael Bent in a huge upset. Most of his fights from 93 to 95 have been poorly preserved, likely due to their insignificance. Yet, the Duke's last victory at world level was a memorable one, squaring off with his power-punching counterpart, Donovan Razor Reddick.
Two difficult bouts, had a shot against Lennox Lewis. Their fight several years ago was against Lennox Lewis. I'm going to remind people of the nice uppercut by Reddick. Oh, there goes Morrison!
With the amount of force these two could generate, it was only a matter of time before someone hit the canvas. Tommy quickly returned the favor just a few minutes later, and from there on, it seemed whoever landed cleanly was going to be the victor.
Razor Reddick and then go to the body as he does there. Really does it. Morrison should use it.
Good uppercut from Morrison. Comes back. Oh, he's got Reddick hurt. He hurt him with the left hook. Razor Reddick is hurt now. Good body combinations by Morrison. Last round to go. Now he is forcing Morrison back. That uppercut may have stunned Morrison. There's a hook by Reddick and it may have hurt Morrison. Big left hook! Down goes Razor Reddick!
He will not do it.
Oh my, it's over.
A fitting punch to end, where we feel sums up his greatest hits. That left hook really was one of the standout punches in boxing history.
Heavyweight champion, Tommy The Duke!
It's genuinely upsetting that Tommy's life and career ended the way it did. I find myself watching back his full career every now and then, and I get as much enjoyment out of it today as I did all those years back. I'm just thankful that his choice of profession was boxing, a very enjoyable career to watch. I also respected Morrison as a person. The way he openly rejected the White Hope title spoke a lot about his personality and how he wanted his legacy to be remembered. He was a respectable opponent also, never caught up in trash talk or pre-fight antics, and that hasn't been forgotten by the men he shared the ring with. George Foreman in particular, often sharing his fond memories of that night that they went toe-to-toe.
I'm going to get off first and beat him to the punch.
We had a left hook, was really a murderous hook, and I was scared then. I'm only frightened this time.
Low blow from Foreman and a good left hook by Morrison.
Two good left hooks by Tommy Morrison, and George didn't move.
He beat Razor Reddick, he stopped him, dropped him with a big left hook. Tommy Morrison had a nasty left hook.
There's a left hand, Jake goes down and probably out.
He hit me hard enough I've ever been hitting boxing.
Out of it, get the referee separate.
If that thing, which is that left hook, if it lands on anybody, you going to sleep.
I'm not exactly
Hello. Oklahoma City, I'm sorry. Hello.
Yes, Oklahoma City.
Hi.
I'm Mike Tyson.
Duke is from Oklahoma.
That's how.
Morrison in the
And the guy, he was actually whooping my ass for 3 rounds. I mean, he hit me harder than I've ever been hit before for 3 rounds.
Out of it, get the referee separate.
I just didn't want the guy to hit me no more. He was hitting me. I was farting in the ring, farting in the ring, farting in the ring.
Lose it badly, if at all.
But he's too strong. He's a very good man. And all the Morrisons, I know everybody, you know, and they're just too strong, too big, eh?
Yeah, but he was really rocking with that hook. There's an uppercut, and that's probably going to be it.
Well, the way things are going right now, it's hard telling who's going to be the next heavyweight champion of the world. But I tell you what, I will be a heavyweight champion of the world. So boxing fans, watch out.